I have seen a lot of students spend hours on even small and easier topics only to forget them within a few days or even just a few hours. It would have been great if we could study faster and also retain what we have studied, right? What if there is a study technique that could help us study faster and significantly improve our memory by several folds at the same time? Let's say we have to study a set of equations like sine 30 degrees equals 1 by 2, sine 60 degrees equals root 3 by 2, and sine 45 degrees equals 1 by root 2. First, write down the equations once. That is, sine 30 degree equals 1 by 2, sine 60 degree equals root 3 by 2, sine 45 degree equals 1 by root 2. And then close your notebook or cover the equations with your hands and try to recall what you just wrote down. While recalling, try to visualize the set of equations in your mind. Think, where was sine 30 degrees written? At the top or at the last? I guess you are able to recall that it was written at the top. Now, try to recall the answer. Do this for the rest of the equations as well. If you are unable to recall the answers, it's totally fine. You wrote them down only once, right? Try to recall as much as you can and then check whether your answers were correct. This time, you are going to acknowledge your mistakes if you made any. That is, if you said sine 30 degrees equals 1 by root 2, acknowledge that sine 30 degrees equals 1 by 2 and 1 by root 2 is the answer for sine 45 degrees. Once you acknowledge your mistakes, carefully read the equations and then close your notebook and try recalling the answers once again. Let's call this the second step or the visualization step of this technique. So you are going to recall the information once again. But this time, don't focus on where the equations were written, like whether they were written at the top or bottom. Only try to visualize that particular equation that you are trying to remember. For example, if you are trying to remember sine 30 degrees equals 1 by 2, only focus on visualizing that particular equation. Do this for the rest of the equations, and once you are done, open your book and check if you got them right. If you made any mistakes, acknowledge them and read once again carefully and repeat the visualization step till you get the right answer. Some students will be able to recall right after the first or the second step. Some might have to repeat the second step 3 to 4 times, and some might have to repeat more than that. But don't stop once you get the right answer. Repeat the visualization step 3 to 4 times even after you get the right answer so that it will be imprinted in your mind. With practice, within a few weeks or so, you will be able to study new things right after completing the second step, since it's also improving our memory. Most students study by reading or writing repeatedly. This will consume more time and also they might forget what they just learned after some time. When we read or write repeatedly, we are continuously referring to the answers or topics. But if we try to recall instead of referring each time, we continuously exercise our memory. Studies have shown that the more you use your memory, the better it becomes. Frequent memorization can improve both short term and long term retention and recall of information.